Her own guards fled, but the human stood his ground to protect the alien queen. Gunfire ripped through the throne hall. Elias Kane slammed Queen Salith Vera behind the towering stone plinth. Marble shards exploded from the impact. He dropped to one knee, rifle up, scanning the chaos. Royal guards, her own, tossed plasma rifles aside. They sprinted for side exits, cloaks flapping. Captain Ral Corvin stood at the dais, fist raised in signal, traitor. Kane's boots planted firm on polished stone. He leveled his rifle at the throne room doors. 20 meters away, they buckled under pounding fists. Salith's scaled hand gripped his arm. "Sergeant, they abandon me. Stay down, Your Majesty." Kane kept his voice steady. No panic. Panic killed. Corvin's voice boomed over the din. "The human assassinates the queen. Secure the traitor." Doors burst open. 12 armored figures stormed in. Corvin's loyalists. Rifles spitting blue plasma bolts. Kane squeezed the trigger. His 7.62 rounds punched through the lead attacker's chest plate. The alien crumpled. Salith flinched at the crack. Her wide eyes locked on Kane. "You fight alone? Check." Kane fired again. Second attacker dropped. Helmet shattered. He swept the rifle left, stitching rounds across the cluster. 3 more fell, tumbling in sprays of violet blood. The survivors dove behind pillars. Plasma scorched the air inches from Kane's head. Heat singed his cheek. He yanked Salith lower. Service door. Now. She hesitated, golden eyes flicking to her empty throne, calculating. Then nodded. Kane grabbed her wrist, pulled her across the floor. Bullets whined overhead. He kicked the service door open, a narrow panel hidden in ornate carvings. They tumbled into a dim corridor lined with steam pipes and flickering lumens. Salith's robes snagged. She ripped them free without complaint. Kane slammed the door shut, dropped the manual lock bar. Heavy iron 3 meters long. It thudded into brackets. Secure. For now. He pressed his back to the wall. Rifle ready. Footsteps echoed from the throne room. Muffled shouts. Salith crouched beside him, breath ragged. Her scales gleamed dull under the service lights. Iridescent blue, edged in gold. "My guards. Corvin framed you. The human outsider." Kane nodded once, slapped his radio. "Kane to Embassy Actual. Throne hall compromised. Queen under fire. Request immediate extraction. Over." Static hissed. Then a digital screech. Palace jammer kicking in. Damn. Kane keyed it again. "Sato, this is Kane. Priority 1 evac. We're in service tunnels off the east wing. Heavy opposition." Over. More static. Jam solid. Salith tilted her head. Frills flaring. "Human tech fails. Interference." "They'll punch through." Kane checked his mag. 28 rounds left. 2 frags. Knife. Standard loadout. Pounding started on the door. The bar rattled. Salith's claws dug into the stone floor. Corvin commands the palace guard. He seals the exits. No rescue comes.
Kane met her gaze.
One does. Plasma torches whined outside. The door glowed orange at the edges. Kane pulled a grenade. Back 20 meters. She scrambled away, scales scraping stone. He lobbed it under the bar. Perfect arc. Pulled pin on the second. Held it live. Explosion rocked the corridor. Shrapnel pinged off pipes. Screams cut short. The door buckled inward. 4 attackers spilled through, coughing, armor pitted. Kane cooked the frag. 2 seconds, tossed it into their midst. Dove behind a pipe bend. Blast shredded them. Chunks of scale and metal rained down. Salith stared at the carnage. "You anticipate." Training. Kane reloaded. Advanced past the bodies. Rifle probed shadows. Clear. He waved her forward. "Move. We link to the outer ring." She rose, robes torn, but posture straight. Monarch, still. "Why protect me? Your embassy bargains neutrality." Kane glanced back. "Oath says otherwise." They jogged the tunnel. Steam hissed from valves. Zorathian plumbing. Pressure built for their heat-sensitive tech. Kane sidestepped a puddle. It ate boot rubber on contact. Salith matched his pace. No complaints. "Corvin poisons the court against humans, claims your strength destabilizes." Convenient. Kane scanned junctions. Left fork, armory markings, right guest wing. Footsteps ahead. He signaled halt. Pushed her into an alcove. 2 patrols rounded the corner. Rifles low, chatting in clipped Zorathian. Kane's translator implant buzzed. Queen dead by now. Corvin takes the throne. Salith stiffened. Claws flexed. Kane fired suppressed bursts. Headshots. Clean drops. He stripped their rifles. Plasma cells full. Handed one to her. Point and pull. Overcharges after 10 shots. She hefted it. Tested the grip. I commanded legions once, before the throne. Nod. Kane took point. They pressed on. Alarms wailed palace-wide. Red lights pulsed. Salith's comm buzzed at her belt. She snatched it. Corvin's voice. My queen? Surrender. The human dies regardless. She crushed it underfoot. He underestimates. Kane smirked. First crack in her shell. They hit a barricade. Toppled crates. 4 guards entrenched. Kane dropped prone. Suppressing. Flank left. Salith fired. Plasma bolts chewed the crates. Guards ducked. Kane rolled right. Brag out. Bounce. Boom. 2 down. He rushed the rest. Rifle butt cracked a jaw. Knife finished the last. Salith covered him. Rifle steady. No misses. He nodded approval. Good shot. Her frills relaxed a fraction. Trust flickered. Radio crackled. Faint. Kane. Sato. Breaking jam. EDA 5 mics. Hold position. Drones inbound. Relief hit. But 5 minutes? Long time. Explosions rocked above. Breach teams. East Ring Junction. Kane said. Defensible. They sprinted. Hit the spot. T-intersection. Knee-high walls. Kane built hasty cover. Dragged debris. You take that wall. I'll hold the tunnel. Salith knelt. Rifle braced. Corvin comes himself. Footsteps thundered. Yes. Corvin emerged first. 10 guards fanned behind. Armor gleaming. Plasma cannons humming. Human! Corvin bellowed. You die for a dead queen. Kane fired first. Dropped 2. Salith's bolts lanced out. Winged Corvin's shoulder. He snarled. Charged. Plasma storm erupted. Walls vaporized. Kane's vest smoked from a graze. He popped smoke grenade. Gray fog billowed. Salith coughed. Blind. Feel the recoil. Knife out. Slashed throats. 2 down. Corvin swung a blade. Zorathian monomolecular edge. Kane parried with rifle barrel. Sparks flew. You defend her? Corvin spat. She discards allies. Kane headbutted him. Helmets clanged. Not me. Corvin staggered. Kane drove elbow into throat, finished with point-blank shot. Guards faltered. Salith picked them off. Precise. Ruthless. Last one. Fled. She nailed him mid-stride. Silence fell. Smoke cleared. Salith lowered her rifle, stared at Kane. Blood trickled from his graze. You bleed, yet stand. Kane wiped it. Normal. Her claw touched his arm. Light. Loyalty. Not fear. He nodded. Radio buzzed clear. Kane. Sato. Drones overhead. Extract bird on pad 2. Friendlies inbound. Thump of rotors echoed, but shouts rose from the far tunnel. Reinforcements. Salith gripped her rifle tighter. They come endless. Kane checked rounds. We hold. A shadow moved in the haze. More than guards. Something bigger. Kane slammed the hatch shut behind them. Metal groaned. He scanned the dim maintenance corridor, pipes hissing steam, conduits pulsing blue light. Shouts echoed from the main hall. Too close. Move, he said. Rifle up. He took point. Salith matched his stride, her segmented tail flicking tension. The palace twisted into a maze of service tunnels. Kane pulled paint chalk from his vest. First left, he slashed a white X on the wall. Backup plan. No dead ends. Footsteps pounded behind, faint, but gaining. He pushed faster. Salith's claws clicked on grated floor. Next junction, she whispered. Her voice carried that royal edge, but softer now. Trust budding. Kane marked another turn. Right downward slope. Pipes narrowed overhead. He ducked low. Sweat stung his graze wound. Ignored it. Sealed hatch ahead. Red lockdown lights flashed. Salith shoved past. Cover. He pivoted. Rifle trained back. Shadows shifted in the haze. Heart steady. Checklist. Hold position. Scan threats. Salith jacked a claw into the panel. Sparks flew. Her eyes narrowed, calculating Monarch hacking her own systems. Code scrolled on the readout. Override engaged. Hatch hissed open. Clear, she said. Kane swept through first. Empty storage bay, crates of power cells. He waved her in, sealed it behind. Radio crackled. Kane, Sado. Drones confirm hostiles swarming central levels. Pad too hot. Hold for extract in 8 mics. Roger, Kane replied. 8 minutes. Tight. Salith reloaded her rifle. Eyed him. You're calm. It spreads. Training. He checked his mags. Half left. Enough. They pressed on. Corridor forked. Kane marked the path. Straight, then left. Paint chalk glowed under UV strips. Junction ahead. Voices drifted. 2 guards. Zorathian accents clipped. Kane signaled halt, dropped low. Salith mirrored. Rifle ready. He flanked left. Silent boots on metal. Knife in offhand. Ambush time. Guards rounded the corner. Helmets down. Rifles slung casual. Arrogant. Kane lunged. Rifle butt cracked first skull. Guard dropped. Gurgling. Second spun. Kane's knife sliced throat. Clean. Both down. Salith emerged. No shock on her face, just nod. Efficient. He stripped the second's comm unit. Wrist mounted, blinking red. Frequency scan. Standard guard band. He tuned in. Static. Then, Corvin's orders stand. Queen to public feed. Execution at Dawn Square. Frame the human. All channels live. Corvin's voice. Ghost echo. Looped broadcast. Dead man's command. Salith's spines bristled. He planned this. My court watches. Kane pocketed the unit. Comm node. Disrupt the feed. Buy time. She tilted head. Claws flexed. Risky. Nodes guarded. Rescues 8 out. We control narrative. He marked new route. Route north. Paint X over old path. They doubled back. Kane led. Rifle sweeping. Salith overrode 2 more panels. Her palace. Her codes. Doors yielded. Tunnel widened. Vent fans whirred. That bigger shadow from earlier? No sign. Yet. Guards' chatter spiked on comm. Intruders in sublevels. Seal node. Kane grinned faint. Predictable. Stairs up. He took them 2 at a time. Salith kept pace. Rifle ports aligned for her frame. Top landing. Barricade. 2 crates. Guard peeking. Kane popped smoke. Gray billowed. Guard coughed. Fired blind. Plasma scorched wall. Kane rolled through. Tackled the Zorathian. Elbow to temple. Out cold. Salith flanked right. Dropped the second with precise burst. Chest hit. No waste. Node this way, she said. Pointed claw. Corridor ended at reinforced door. Palace comm hub. Lights pulsed inside. Kane slapped breaching charge. Cover. Timer ticked. Boom door buckled. They stormed in. 3 techs scrambled. Salith's shots dropped. 2. Third surrendered. Claws up. Kane zip-tied him. Racked the main console. Screens flickered. Live feeds of chaos. Her throne room looped with Corvain's corpse. Propaganda overlay. Human assassin strikes queen. Execution feed prepped. A timer read. 2 minutes. Salith shoved him aside. Claws flew over keys. I control this. Hack in progress. Alarms wailed. Comm buzzed. Kane. Hostiles vectoring your pause. Bigger threat inbound. Heavy drone. Salith's eyes widened. Corvin's failsafe. Palace hunter-killer. Door rattled. Heavy thuds. Kane barricaded with console debris.
How long?
30 seconds. Her tail lashed, watched him work. No fear. Confidence mirroring his. Screen glitched. Feed hijacked. Salith's face broadcast. Corvin betrayed us. Loyal forces rally. Human aids queen. Court channels lit up. Confusion rippled. Gota thud louder. Door buckled. Kane sighted rifle. Go loud. Salith nodded. Gripped his shoulder. Loyalty proven. Door exploded inward. Massive drone hulked through. 6 legs. Plasma turret whirring. Red eyes. Locked. Kane fired first. Rounds sparked armor. Drone charged. Salith dove left. Her bolt cracked optic. Blind in one eye. Kane flanked. Grenade lobbed. Stuck leg joint, blast severed. Drone reared, turret swung. Plasma grazed Kane's leg. Pain flared. He pushed through. Checklist. Disable, destroy, knife out. Jammed into underbelly port, twisted wiring. Sparks erupted. Drone seized. Collapsed. Silence. Salith rose. Claw on his arm again. Firmer. You turn death to dust. Radio screamed life. Kane, Sato. Bird on pad 2. Friendlies breaching now. Hold. Shouts outside. Loyal guards. Betrayers. Footsteps thundered. Digger force. Kane reloaded. Salith beside him. Trust sealed in fire. But the shadow in the vents stirred. Not drone. Worse, Corvin's elite. Footsteps hammered the corridor outside. Kane yanked Queen Salith behind the drone's smoking carcass. A grate clanged above. Shadow uncoiled. Corvin's elite assassin dropped, blades gleaming. Kane fired from the hip. Rounds punched the assassin's chest plate. It shrugged them off, lunged with twin monoblades. Salith's bolt pistol cracked. Blade nicked Kane's shoulder. Hot blood welled. Storage bay. Now! Kane shoved her toward the side door. He backpedaled, laying suppression fire. Assassin vaulted the drone husk. Kane sidestepped, slammed rifle butt into its helm. Crack of chitin. It reeled. Salith palmed the door panel, locked. Kane covered her, squeezed off bursts. Cipher it. Human commands do not override royal. Her tail flicked irritation. Door hissed open. Kane grabbed her arm, hauled her inside. Storage bay. Towering crates of munitions crates, spare armor, conduit spools. He kicked the door shut, dragged a cargo pallet across it. Assassin thudded against the metal. Fists dented it. More boots pounded outside. Corvin squad. Kane scanned the bay. 2 entrances. Main door, ventilation shaft overhead. Side vents too narrow for elites. He upended 2 munitions crates, stacked them knee-high. Perfect crossfire angles. Here, cover this angle. He slapped a crate beside the door. Salith crouched behind it. Bolt pistol ready. Her multifaceted eyes narrowed. You presume much, Sergeant. Kane ignored her, wedged a 3rd crate into the vent mouth. No surprises from above. He dropped beside her, rifle sighted. Shoulder throbbed, blood soaking his fatigues. Later, main door buckled. Sparks flew from the lock. Salith's tail lashed. Surrender your weapon, human. I will not die guarded by an off-worlder toy. Kane didn't flinch. He ejected his magazine, slapped the spare into her scaled palm. Load it yourself, point and shoot. Her claws closed around the human rounds. Surprise flickered in her eyes. She slotted them home. Perfect fit. Engineered for joint ops. Door groaned wider. First trader guard burst through. Kane's rifle barked. Headshot, body tumbled. Second peaked. Salith fired. Human rounds shredded the visor. Trader dropped. Effective, she muttered. 3rd guard sprayed flechette rounds. Crates splintered. Kane rolled left, flanked the door. Double tap to the knee. Then neck. Clear. Silence. Then Captain Ral Corvin's voice boomed from outside. Queen Salith. The human assassinates you.
Stand down, he's the threat. Lies.
Salith snarled. Her tail coiled tight. Kane pressed field tape over his shoulder gash. Blood stanched. Pain sharpened focus. He kept low. Reloaded. They'll breach hard. We hold for Sato's bird. Corvin laughed. Human lies too. Palace is sealed. No rescue comes. Salith's wrist unit glowed. She tapped a sequence. Data pinged Kane's comm. Royal cipher flooded his interface. Palace doors respond to you now, Sergeant Kane. Command them. He blinked. Full override. Why? You turned my order to advantage. Prove loyalty again. Her claw gripped his arm. Firm, not desperate. Kane nodded. Wrist unit synced. Bay door locked tighter. Corridor bulkheads slammed shut beyond. Trapping Corvin's main force. Bought time. Explosives rattled the door. Breaching charges. Kane sighted. Incoming. Door exploded inward. 4 elites charged. Corvin's best. Armored like tanks. Kane fired controlled bursts. 1 staggered. Chest blooming red. Salith's bolts cracked another's faceplate. Elites fanned out. Flechettes whined. Kane dove behind a crate stack. Shrapnel scored his boot. He popped up, stitched two across the joints, legs buckled. They crawled, firing wild. Sailith flanked right, precise shots dropping the fourth. Her tail swept debris clear. They falter. Last elite rose, monoblade humming. Charged Kane. He sidestepped, drove elbow into throat grill, choked gasp. Kane jammed rifle muzzle under chin, fired, done. Smoke cleared. Bodies piled. Kane's shoulder burned, but he moved. Checklist, secure, signal, extract. Radio crackled. Kane, Sato, pad 2 hot. Friendlies inbound, loyal Vera guards linking up. Corvins pinned in throne hall. Hold 5. Copy, bay secure. Kane glanced at Sailith. She reloaded his magazine, handed it back. Trust in the gesture. Vent grate rattled. Kane spun rifle up. Smaller shadow. Scout drone? No. Corvin's voice hissed through. You delay the inevitable, Kane. She's doomed. Sailith snatched Kane's wrist unit. Ral Corvin, traitor. Your coup ends. Loyalists rally. Broadcast echoed through palace nets. Cheers erupted on open channels. Footsteps. Friendly this time. Thudded closer. Kane barricaded the door tighter. They're coming. But Corvin's elites didn't quit. Another breach charge whumped. Door warped. Kane forced Sailith deeper into the bay. Crates as cover. We funnel them. She nodded. No argument. Positioned behind a munitions pallet. Kane set overlapping fields of fire. His rifle high, her bolt low. Simple. Deadly. Door gave way. 6 traitors poured in. Coordinated. Leading. Corvin himself. Plasma carbine raised. Kane fired first. Corvin dodged. Carbine spat blue fire. Plasma scorched a crate inches from Kane's head. Heat blistered skin. Sailith shot-winged Corvin's arm. He bellowed. Retreated behind guards. Traitors advanced. Shields linked. Kane lobbed a scavenged grenade from a crate. Blast shredded shields. 2 down. He advanced, rifle barking. Third traitor swung a stun baton. Kane parried with stock, drove knee into gut. Finished with point blank. Sailith covered him, bolts dropping the fourth. Her movements synced, queen and soldier now. Corvin rallied the last 2. For the new order! Kane's shoulder screamed as he lunged, grabbed a fallen monoblade, hurled it. Impaled one's leg. Sailith finished it. Corvin fired wild. Plasma grazed Kane's thigh. Old wound flared anew. Kane tackled him. Fists flew. Corvin's claws raked Kane's arm. Kane headbutted the helm. Crack. Corvin reeled. Sailith pressed her bolt to Corvin's neck. Yield. He spat blood. Never. Kane wrenched the carbine away. Zip-tied wrists. Done. Silence fell. Sailith's claw on Kane's good shoulder. You held, when others broke. Radio blared. Kane. Sato's team breaching bay now LZ clear. Door flew open. Lieutenant Group Aster. Mara Sato stormed in. Marines behind. Human and Vira loyalists. Status? Secure, Kane said. Helped Sailith up. She straightened, regal even in tatters. Eyes locked on Kane. Sergeant Elias Kane. Your loyalty outshines stars, the human who turned betrayal to salvation. Sato grinned. Birds waiting. Let's go. They moved out. But as they cleared the bay, Kane's wrist unit pinged. Palace sensors lit. New alert. Deeper levels. Corvin's final failsafe. Alt breach. Something worse awakening. Sailith's tail stiffened. Not over.
Kane checked rifle. Checklist continues.
Kane shouldered the blast door. Hinges screamed. Shards of alloy peppered the air. Sailith darted through the breach, her iridescent scales catching server glow. Boltcaster swept left. Clear. Kane followed. Carbine up. Node secure? Check. The chamber hummed. Racks of data cores pulsed blue. Central rigged broadcast empire-wide. And there, Captain Ral Corvin, helm visor down, barked orders at 3 techs. A hollow projector beamed a perfect duplicate of Sailith. Bound, kneeling, pleading for mercy. Live feed to all sectors, Corvin snarled. The Queen captured by human traitors. Execution at dawn. Sailith's tail lashed. Her mandibles clicked fury. Kane smelled ozone from her heating vents. He didn't hesitate, sprinted low, slid under a console. Power conduits snaked overhead. Corvin spun. Intruders! Kane's knife flashed, sliced main power trunk. Sparks erupted. The Hollow Queen flickered out. Broadcast rig whined dead. Techs scrambled for sidearms. Salith's boltcaster hummed. Crimson lances dropped one. Second clutched throat, foam bubbling from vents. Kane rolled up, thumbed his wrist unit. Silent alarm pulsed. Palace Guard beacon. Rerouted to auxiliary barracks. Draw the loyalists wrong. Pull heat off Salith. Corvin laughed, claw tapping comm. Squad to comm node, Queen confirmed. Terminate the human pet. Boots thundered outside. Server aisle narrowed ahead. 12 meters of humming stacks. Coolant pipes hissing frost. Move! Kane grabbed Salith's arm plate, pulled her into the aisle. She yanked free, eyes narrowing. I lead my escapes. Fine. Cover right. He flanked left. First trader burst in. Royal Guard armor, plasma repeater barking. Bolts scorched server racks. Data cores popped like fireworks. Kane snap-fired. Chest plate cracked. Guard dropped. Salith vaulted a crate. Her bolt punched through another's visor. Precise. Lethal. Corvin's voice echoed. Flush them! 5 more piled in. Suppressors whirred. They fanned the aisle, beams crisscrossing. Kane scanned. Overhead, suppression phone dispensers. Palace fire protocol. Thick, blinding slurry. He vaulted a low rack, clawed the release lever. Canister hissed. Foam jetted. White wall bloomed, swallowing the aisle in choking mist. Guards cursed. Blasts went wild, carving foam into steaming globs. Salith coughed, mandibles sealed. Human trick. Standard. Kane grabbed her wrist this time. No pull. Guide. Crawl space. Go. End of aisle. Graded floor panel. Coolant lines throbbed beneath. Narrow as a coffin. Human-sized. Maybe. She dropped first. Claws pried great. Slid in, tail whipping clear. Kane covered. Foam crept. Shadow loomed. Guard broke through. Burst fire. Guard staggered. Kane kicked the grate shut. Salith's bolt sealed it. Melted lock glowed. He dove after. Shoulders scraped ice-rimed pipes. Coolant chilled his fatigues. Breath fogged. Salith ahead, navigating by touch. Tight for Vera frame. Keep moving. Kane checked rear. Foam muffled shouts. Corvin bellowed orders. Crawl space twisted. Pipes groaned. His knee barked a valve. Old thigh wound throbbed from earlier graze. Salith paused, turned. Eyes gleamed in dark. You cut the feed. Drew them. For me. Job. He pushed past. Queen lives. Mission holds. She hissed approval. Claws brushed his boot. Forward. Minutes ground. Elbows raw. Then, junction box ahead. Salith punched panel. Hissed open to sub-level corridor. They tumbled out. Kane rolled to knees, carbine ready. Empty hall. Drip echoes. Salith straightened. Accessed wall console. Claws danced. Node locked. Biometrics mine only. Alarms wailed distant. Footsteps multiplied. Kane synced wrist unit. Sato. Kane. Queen secure. Vectors inbound. Static crackled. Copy. Political hold. Embassy squawk. ETA 20. LZ Bay 7. Evade. Salith's spines flared. Corvin's coup spreads. Feeds lied my capture. Won't now. Kane reloaded. He wants execution spectacle. Got blackout. And every guard hunting ghosts. Her gaze locked his, calculating no more. You rewrite odds, Sergeant. Loyalty not promised. Proven. Tail tip touched his calf. Brief, firm. Kane nodded. No words. Checklist. Ticked. They moved. Corridor split. Servant ducts left. Bay access right. Bay, Salith said. Extraction. Affirm. Kane led. Shadows danced from strobes. First patrol rounded corner. 2 guards, loyal to coin now. Kane dropped prone. Suppressed burst. 1 down. Salith's bolt hummed. Second slumped. Clean sink. No waste. Deeper they pushed. Palace guts reeked coolant and smoke. Bulkheads buckled from stray blasts. Salith's comm chirped. Her private net. Loyalists rally outer rim, but vault sensors spike. Corvin's ace. Kane frowned. Vault. Armory deep. Fail-safes. Her voice tightened. Worse than guards. Radio pinged. Sato again.
Kane, palace net dark? We're blind.
Status? Hot. Vectors closing bay. Hold for Queen. Affirm. Marines prepped. They hit stairwell. Descended. Bay doors loomed. Hangar vast. Dropship scorched. Corvin waited. Squad remnants arrayed. 8 strong. Repeater nests. He ripped helm off. Mandibles sneered. Endgame, human. Queen dies broadcast. Or blade. Salith raised bolt. Traitor speaks from cell soon. Kane shouldered in. Not today. Corvin signaled. Repeaters opened. Hell! Kane dove behind crate. Slag flew. Salith mirrored. Scales shedding heat. Flank. Suppress. He popped smoke grenade. Gray wall billowed. Guards advanced. Kane picked shots. One visor cracked. Salith crawled wide. Bolt lanced. Nest silent. Corvin roared. Charged. Center. For new order! Kane rose. Full auto stitched his squad. 3 dropped. Salith covered. Bolts point blank. 4th fell. Corvin rallied last 2. Plasma wild. Kane lunged. Shoulder screamed. Grabbed fallen monoblade. Hurled. Impaled one's leg. Salith finished it. Corvin fired. Plasma grazed Kane's thigh. Wound flared. Kane tackled. Fists flew. Claws raked arm. Headbutt cracked helm. Corvin reeled. Salith pressed bolt to neck. Yield. Never. Spat blood. Kane wrenched carbine. Zip-tied wrists. Done. Silence. Claw on good shoulder. You held. When others broke. Radio blared. Khan. Sato's team breaching bay now. LZ clear. Door flew. Lieutenant Marasato stormed in. Marines behind. Vera loyalists too. Status. Secure. Aya left Salith up. She straightened. Regal in tatters. Eyes on Kane. Sergeant Elias Kane. Loyalty outshines stars. Sato grinned. Birds waiting. They moved. Cleared bay. Wrist unit pinged. Sensors lit. Deeper levels. Vault breach. Salith's tail stiffened. Not over. Kane checked rifle. Checklist continues. But back in comm node, Corvin's techs had rebooted partial feed before foam hit. Grainy loop. Queen captured. Empire watched. Kane's blackout bought time. Triggered manhunt. Loyalists swarmed decoy signals. Corvin wanted execution glory. Kane delivered chaos and shadows stirring below. Radio crackled in Kane's earpiece. Kane Sato. Jamming breached. Primary LZ hot. Abort. New exfil. Eastern landing court. Shuttle inbound. 2 mics. Move. Kane thumbed his wrist unit. Copy, Sato. Eastern court. We're en route. He glanced at Queen Salith Vera. Her iridescent scales dulled under grime. Tail coiled tight. Regal poise held, even in shredded robes. Your Majesty, change of plans. Eastern court. Stay close. She nodded once. Bolt rifle gripped like a scepter. Lead sergeant. They burst from the bay into palace corridors. Echoes of distant firefights chased them. Kane took point, carbine sweeping corners. Salith covered rear, her species' acute hearing twitching her frilled ears at every great clank. Loyalist echoes, her true guards, fought decoys deeper in the nest. Corvin's partial feed had painted her captured. Traitors swarmed ghosts. Footfalls pounded ahead. Kane raised a fist, halted. 3 coup grunts rounded the bend, plasma rifles hot. Human traitor. Queen dies with you, Kane fired first. Controlled bursts. 2 dropped. Chests, smoking. 3rd lunged. Salith's bolt punched through its throat. Gurgle. Silence. Nice shot, Kane said. Precision is our way. Her golden eyes flicked to his thigh graze, blood-soaked fatigues. She didn't ask, kept pace. They hit the eastern wing. Air grew humid, open to gardens. Fountain Plaza head, landing court beyond. Kane's HUD pinged, shuttle ETA 90 seconds. Sato's voice cut in. Kane, visuals, court clear. Approaching now. He shouldered through vine-choked arches. The court sprawled, polished stone pad ringed by ornamental fountains. Heavy planters, evac perfection. Except the mines. Proximity charges blinked red along the edges. Laser tripped. Worse, 8 trader heavies ringed it. Tripod-mounted plasma cannons, crews in Corvin's blacked-out guard armor. Loyalist markings mocked the Queen's sigil. They nested behind planters, barrels trained on the pad. Killbox. Shuttle drops here. Vaporized. Salith hissed low. Corvin's remnants. They mine for your bird. Kane scanned arcs. Cannons covered every approach. No cover run. Shuttle sig on HUD. Closing fast. Sato. Court compromised. Mind heavy. Advise. Negative on alternate. Political clock ticking. Extract now, or empire fractures. You're it. Checklist flipped in Kane's mind. Improvise. He grabbed Salith's arm. Gentle, firm, fountain, drainage culvert. In, now. Her tail lashed. I fight. Not today. Survive for rescue. He pointed. Wide grate under central fountain. Water slick but dry inside. Chest-high crawl space to outer wall. Eyes narrowed. Calculating. Then she dropped. Rifle slung. Slid into shadows. Do not die, human. Kane sealed the grate behind her. Low crawl solo. He stripped his last fragger. Shaped charge mod. Primed for ground burst. Belly down, he slithered through undergrowth. Thorns raked armor. Recon first. Heavy's arcs overlapped pad center. Blind spot at northwest fountain. His position. Lead gunner barked orders in guttural. Veyron. Feed shows Queen dead. Human bait. Shred the bird. Perfect. Kane thumbed detonator. No radio warning. Go stop. He rolled charge under a mine cluster. Proximity pinged. Ignored. Crawled back. Crew tensed. Shovel roar built. Distant thrum. Kane hit prone behind planter. Detonated. Boom ripped air. Single mine chain reacted. Controlled cascade. Orange fireball bloomed center pad. Shrapnel pinged stone. Acrid smoke billowed. Fake. Crash plume. Perfect. Heavies flinched. Gunner roared. Bird down. Wreckage. Check for survivors. Queen first. No such orders. Corvin's playbook. Execute glory. Crew broke cover. 4 advanced on crash, rifles probing smoke. Other 4 pivoted. Repositioned to flanks. Cannons dragging for new arcs. Bait taken. Kane rose. Suppressed carbine spat. First gunner dropped. Helm cracked. Second spun. Kane stitched legs, then head. Chaos erupted. Salith exploded from culvert. Her bolt rifle hummed. Point-blank takedown on a flanker. Scales gleamed wet. Arcs clear. Kane nodded. No words. They tag-teamed. He suppressed heavies. She flanked with alien speed. Tail whip tripping one into fountain splash. Plasma bolts scorched past. Kaney rolled. Returned fire. 2 down. 3. Shuttle engines screamed overhead. Real bird. Low and hot. Sato. Kane. Pad smokes thick. Dropping ramp blind. 30 seconds. Traders rallied. Last heavy swung cannon his way. Kane lunged. Shoulder charge tackled gunner off tripod. Fists cracked jaw. Salith's bolt ended it. Smoke cleared. Pad scarred. Mines chain spent. Shuttle touched down. Ramp slamming open. Marines poured out. Sato's team. Visors down. Kane hauled Salith aboard first. She gripped his forearm. Claws sheathed. You turned death to deception. Humans, rewrite rules. Checklist item. He covered rear, last man on. Ramp wind up. Boosters ignited. Court shrank below. Trader reinforcements swarmed too late. Sato clapped his shoulder. Ballsy Kane. Feeds looping your crash empire-wide. Bought us ours. Salith straightened in jump seat. Voice cut crystal. Sergeant Kane, my court broke. You held. Trust earned in fire. He met her gaze. Humble nod. Just doing the job, Majesty. Shuttle banked for orbit. But sensors pinged. Vault breached deeper levels. Shadows stirred. Corvin's techs had more. Not over. Kane checked mags. Checklist continued. Deeper in the palace vaults, partial feeds flickered alive again. Grainy, empty crash pad. No queen, no human. Traders howled frustration, but one shadow uncoiled. Corvin's elite, unbound by zip ties, snapped in the brawl. He spat blood, eyes burning. Find them, or we all burn. Shuttle comms buzzed. Sato's voice tightened. Kane, inbound interceptors. Empire's fracturing. Half think you're dead, half hunt ghosts. Hold tight. Salith's tail brushed Kane's boot. Silent alliance. He sighted out ramp viewports. Stars waited. Odds, just numbers. Plasma lanced from below. Late tracer. Missed. Kane smiled. Competence replaced fear. Loyalty proved. But vault alarms wailed on intercepted channels. Something worse stirred. Ancient Corvin's true play. Sato cursed. New wrinkle. Vault's not gold. It's their bioweapon stock. If traders crack it, Salith paled. First crack in regal mask. Sergeant, your checklist? Adapts. Kane racked slide. We loop back. End it. Her eyes locked. Trust sealed. Human way. Shuttle dove. Rescue flipped to counterstrike. Interceptors closed. 6 wings. Veyron claws. Sato vectored evasive. Kane gunners needed. He strapped in. Queen handed bolt rifle. Together. Firefight reignited. Competence under fire. Loyalty burned brighter. Explosions rocked hull. Kane stitched wings. 2 tumbled flaming. Salith's shots pierced cockpits. Alien precision sinking human grit. 3 down, Sato called. Vault feeds hacked full. Corvin escaped. Armed bioweapon launcher. Traders rallied around. Shuttle punched Atmo. Marines prepped drop. Kane to Salith. Ready to reclaim your throne? Tail flick descent. With you? Yes. Ramp cracked. Wind howled. Jump. They plunged into the nest. Betrayal's heart. Corvin waited. Launcher primed. Grin feral. Human filth. Queen ends here. Kane landed rolling. Carbine up. Checklist says no. Bolt and lead flew. Trust forged in freefall. Coup cracked. Empire watched. Humans saved aliens. Again. Salith struck first. Tail lash disarmed a guard. Kane covered. Full auto clearing path. Marines fanned out. Sato directed. Secure launcher site. Core Corvin strode into the colonnade. Boots echoing on polished stone. His pistol tracked Kane's pillar. Sergeant Kane. Last chance. Surrender. I offer mercy. For the human pest. Kane ejected his spent mag. It clattered. He slapped in a fresh one. 40 rounds. Carbine locked back online. Checklist says hold. He squeezed the pillar's edge. Marble dust stung his eyes. The choke point he'd chosen. 5 pillars wide. Hallway narrowing to a kill funnel. Traders bunched beyond, 30 meters out. First burst. 3 rounds. Lead stitched a lead attacker's chest plate. Veyron screeched, crumpled. Kane dropped low. Conserve. Always conserve. Corvin laughed. Sharp and feral. Traders advanced in his wake. 12 now. Rifle spitting plasma. Bolts scorched air inches from Kane's helmet. He rolled right. Pillar 2. Burst 2. Dropped the flanker. Body hit floor. Tail twitching. Where's your queen? Corvin called. His eyes gleamed yellow under the dome lights. Betrayer's grin. Hiding or dead? Kane ignored him. Ammo counter. 37. He marked the rhythm. 5 seconds fire. 10 hold. Traders probed left, then right. No gaps. His glow paint route branched off behind him. Side passage for Salith. She'd nodded when he sketched it. Trust flickered in her slit-piled eyes. Human checklist. Alien crown. Plasma bolt grazed his pauldron. Heat flared. Kane grunted. Fired blind. Screams answered. 2 down. 31 rounds. Footsteps pounded closer. Corvin waved his guards forward. Flush him! Kane's radio crackled. Salith's voice hushed. Route clear. Shutter panel ahead. Hold position, Kane whispered. Trigger on my mark. He peeked. Burst 3 center mass on a charger. Veyron armor cracked like eggshell. Human rounds punched deeper than their plasma weaves. 27. Traders halted. Wary. Corvin raised a gauntleted hand. Impressive, Sergeant, but futile. The vault's mine. Bioweapon deploys in minutes. Your queen's empire ends. Kane sighted Corvin's knee. Finger hovered. Not yet. Funnel first. Side passage shadows shifted. Salith moved like liquid mercury. Tail coiling for balance. Claws, silent on stone. She'd followed his marks perfectly. Left at the freeze, down the servant run, to the ancient shutter controls. Palace tech, pre-human contact. Veyron ingenuity. Her voice in his ear. Panel live. Mark. Kane burst 4. Suppressive spray across the mouth. Traitors ducked. 21. Salith slapped the controls. Gears ground deep in walls. 1,000-year-old mechanisms. Massive shutters slammed down from ceiling slots. Left and right flanks. Marble groaned. Attackers yelled in panic. Funneled. All 12 squeezed into the dead center lane. No flanks. Kane's killbox snapped shut. He rose, carbine steady. Full burst rattled. 5 rounds. 3 traitors shredded. They fired wild. Plasma bolts ricocheting off pillars. Kane sidestepped. Pillar 3. Burst 6. 2 more. 11 rounds! Corvin bellowed, charging forward. His pistol barked. Bolt seared Kane's thigh guard. Pain lanced, but plate held. Kane dropped to knee, sighted. Stay down, Captain. Corvin halted 10 meters out. Traitors piled behind. Pinned. Shutters hummed locked. You hold alone now. Queen's abandoned you. He holstered pistol, drew a vibroblade. Guard commander's mark. Yield. Live. Kane chambered round. Click echoed. No. He fired single. Corvin's shoulder plate. Veyron jerked back, blood welling blue. Blade hand dropped.
Human way. Checklist complete. Corvin snarled, eyes blazing.
Insane. 1 soldier? Traitors surged past him, desperate. Plasma scorched pillars to slag. Kane timed last bursts. 8 rounds left. Drop 1. Roll. Drop 2. Bodies stacked the funnel. Smoke rose, acrid. Radio hissed. Lieutenant Sato. Kane. Dropship inbound. 30 seconds. Hot LZ at East Rampart. Copy. Kane thumbed grenade pouch. Smoke beacon. Standard human issue. Corvin lunged closer. Blade high. Pistol drawn again. 5 meters. Close enough for Veyron claws to rend. Kane hurled the beacon. It bounced at Corvin's feet. Kiss violet smoke erupted thick as fog. Veyron coughs choked the air. Corvin swung blind. Salith. Sprint now! Kane roared. He fired final burst into the smoke wall. Silhouettes dropped. 0 rounds. Bayonet flicked out. She burst from the side passage. Regal robes torn. Tail lashing for speed. Claws clicked stone. Traitors whirled toward her. Too slow. Kane charged through smoke. Bayonet leading. Stabbed the nearest. Twisted free. Blue blood sprayed his visor. Salith vaulted a body, bolt rifle and claws. She fired point blank. Plaza bolt vaporized a traitor's head. Kane! East! Dropship engines screamed overhead. Human bird of prey roar shook the dome. VTOL thrusters blasted colonnade debris. Rampart doors exploded inward. Sato's Marines rappelling down. Corvin emerged from smoke. Launcher tube on shoulder. Bioweapon vial gleamed in breach. Green death. Airborne plague. Too late. He aimed at Salith's sprinting form. Kane tackled him. They crashed into pillar base. Launchers skidded. Corvin's claws raked Kane's arm. Armor tore. Flesh parted. Pain burned. Kane headbutted. Helmet cracking Corvin's snout. Blood slicked both. Marines hit ground running. Sato's voice boomed. Secure the launcher. Kane, status? Nominal. Kane growled. He pinned Corvin's arm. Bayonet at throat. Yield. Corvan spat blue. Never. For the true Vera. Salith skidded beside them. Her rifle pressed Corvin's temple. Tail coiled Kane's leg. Steadying brace. Alien precision met human grit. You betray blood, she hissed. End it. Marines swarmed the funnel, mopping remnants. Sato dropped in, sidearm drawn. Vault secure. Bioweapon neutralized. Queen extraction ready. Corvin laughed wetly. Fleet knows. Coup spreads. Kane pressed bayonet home. Not today. Twist. Silence. Salith exhaled, eyes on Kane. No words. Her claw gripped his pauldron. Firm. Trust sealed in blood. Sato keyed comms. Shuttle away. Empire command. Package secure. Dropship ramp wind open. Kane stood, hauling Salith aboard. Marines covered rear. Engines thundered. Inside she leaned close. Tail brushed his wound. Your checklist saved us. Kane reloaded from Sato's pouch. Adapts. He met her gaze. Human humble. Alien awe flickered. Explosions rocked palace below. Traitors scattered. Empire watched feeds. Human soldier, lone stand, queen saved. But Sato's console beeped, incoming transmission. Corvin wasn't alone. Sister queens rally. Salith straightened, crown reclaimed, fire renewed. Then we fight, together. Kane nodded. Checklist updated. Loyalty under fire. Competence burned eternal. Plasma fire lanced up from the nest. Interceptors swarmed again. Veyron claws inbound. Sato banked hard.
Gunners!
Kane strapped in. Salith handed bolt rifle. Claws synced with his reload. Shots flew. Human bursts, alien precision. Wings tumbled. Vault feeds replayed. Kane's funnel. Corvin's fall. Empire channels lit. Humans saved aliens. Loyalty proved. Deeper threat stirred. Corvin's true backers. Off-world. Bioweapon just the spark. Sato vectored evasive. Connie, hold the queen. We punch out. He did. Bayonet ready. Trust forged. Coup cracked wide. But shadows lengthened. Rescue flipped to war. Sailor's tail flicked ascent. Sergeant. Your way prevails. Engines screamed. Stars beckoned. Firefight reignited. Marines prepped breaching charges. For the heart of betrayal. Sato pointed. Launcher sights fall back. Corvin's lieutenants hole up. Kane chambered round. Loop back.
End it!
Salith's eyes locked. Plasma lanced past Kane's helmet. He clamped his arm around Queen Salith's waist and hauled her up the dropship ramp. Her tail lashed for balance. Boots pounded the scorched metal. A bolt grazed his shoulder plate. Heat seared through. He shoved her forward anyway. Move! Kane barked. Salith stumbled into the bay. Kane spun. Bolt rifle barking bursts at the swarming guards. Corvin's traitors poured from the palace archway, claws glinting under floodlights. He fired from the hip, dropping two. Pain flared in his side. Another hit, armor cracking. He ignored it. Ramp whined shut behind him. Lieutenant Sarabel has caught. Mara Sato punched the controls from the cockpit. Strap in, Sergeant. Punching out. Kane staggered to a jump seat. Salith already buckled beside him, her iridescent scales dulled by grime. She clutched a captured comm slate, Corvin's network codes, ripped from the betrayer's belt during the funnel kill. Her claws tapped the screen. Explosions rocked the hull as Sato banked hard. Queen, Kane grunted, cinching his harness. Fleet status? Salith's eyes locked on him, golden slits narrowing, responding. Transmit now. She keyed the slate. Her voice boomed over open channels, Veyron Imperial tones cutting through static. All sector commands. Arrest Corvin network per attached intel. Captain Rawl Corvin, traitor. Execute on my authority. No quarter. Static crackled. Affirmatives flooded back. Fleet admirals, station lords. Kane watched her work, reloading his rifle one-handed. Blood trickled under his armor. Just a checklist item. Secure Queen. Capture intel. Call the hammer. Sato vectored evasive. Engines screaming. Interceptors clawed the sky outside the viewport. Veyron claws. Corvin's holdouts. Gunners, light 'em up. Kane unstrapped halfway, grabbing the Queen's offered bolt rifle. No, her claw rifle. Plasma hybrid, synced to his grip from the vault fight. He leaned to the port blister, sighted, burst. A wing tumbled, flames blooming. Salith matched him starboard side. Her shots precise lances. 2 more down. Collaboration clicked like mag seating. Clearing vector, Sato called. ETA to cruiser. 5 mics. Kane slumped back. The dropship shuddered free. He collapsed into the seat, breath ragged. Pain throbbed. Shoulder, side, ribs cracked from the nest dive. Salith's tail brushed his boot. Deliberate. You took hits for me, she said. Voice low, no question. Kane waved it off, pulled a field dressing from his kit. Just the job, ma'am. Had to keep you moving. Sato dropped from the cockpit, med scanner in hand. She eyed his armor, then the deck. Empty magazines scattered like spent shells. 12, 14. She scooped one, counted. 14 empties, Kane. From one man. Against a palace guard company. He shrugged, wincing. Adversary clustered. Funnel worked. Standard infantry. Sato arched a brow. Corvin's elites shredded your squad. You held solo. Checklists adapt. Kane taped the dressing. No fuss. Humans endured. Salith watched. Tail coiling tight. Awe flickered in her gaze. Alien queen, calculating survivor, seeing human grit, as myth made real. Your checklist saved my throne. Kane met her eyes. Humble nod. Team effort. Dropship docked with a clang. Cruiser bays hummed. Marines in mag boots hauling crates. Sato led them out. Queen flanked by honor guard. Kane trailed, rifle slung. Medics swarmed him in the corridor. Stand down, he told them. Field ready, Sato smirked. Stubborn. Debrief in 10, hours blurred. Cruiser jumped to Imperial core. Feeds replayed the vault. Kane's bayonet plunge into Corvin. Queen's escape. Empire channels exploded. Human saves Veyron ruler, but shadows loomed. Sister queens rallied. Corvin's off-world backers stirring. Bioweapon plots unraveled via the Slate intel. Crisis inquiry convened in the Grand Hall. Hollow screens ringed the chamber. Court nobles arrayed in tears. Clawed elites, tail-flicking advisors. Queen Salith ascended the dais, crown reformed, scales gleaming. Kane stood at her flank, dress uniform patched over wounds. Sato observed from human envoy seats. High Arbiter intoned. Queen Vera, account for the coup. Human involvement? Murmurs rippled. Eyes locked on Kane. Suspicion. Awe. Fear. Salith's tail lashed once. Captain Ral Corvin betrayed me. Framed the human escort. Sergeant Elias Kane captured proof. She projected the slate. Logs, orders, sister queen ties. Gasps echoed. Arbiter leaned forward. The off-worlder fought alone? Affirmative. Salith's voice steel. He hauled me under fire, took wounds to shield my path. Held the vault nest. Competence replaced fear. Nobles shifted. One sneered. A human? Guarding Veyron blood? Salith's claws extended. He did what my royal guard failed. Loyalty proved under fire. She turned to Kane. Public now, feeds live, empire-wide. Sergeant Kane, I name you my protector. Bond of throne, your checklist is Veyra law. Kane straightened, no salute, protocol. Honor to serve, ma'am, court exploded. Approvals, challenges, Salith silenced them with a gesture. Acknowledge or join Corvin. Silence fell, tails dipped ascent, human humble, alien awe peaked. Feeds burned, queen crowned soldier. Sato leaned to Kane post-inquiry in the antechamber. Protector? That's lifetime gig. Kane checked his sidearm. Job updated. Salith approached, alone. Tail brushed his hand, trust sealed. Sister queens move. Bioweapon sights active. Your way? Loop back. End it! Kane chambered around. Her eyes gleamed. Alarms wailed. Console lit. Hostile fleet inbound. Sisters strike. Kane grinned. Checklist eternal. Marines prep charges. War reignited. Sato vectored the cruiser. Breach teams. Lock targets. Queen gripped her rifle. Kane nodded. Loyalty forged in fire. Competence called. Plasma bloomed on sensors. First claws inbound. Kane shouldered his weapon. Gunners. Bursts lit the void. Veyron precision met human grit. Wings shattered. But numbers swelled. Sister fleets. Corvin's web, alive. Salith keyed fleet command. Allies. Converge. Protector leads breach. Kane hit the bay ramp. Marines followed. Human. Veyron hybrid squad. Dropships screamed launch. Goal launcher heart. Conflict. Traitor hordes. Outcome. Trust wins. Boots hit deck under fire. Kane funneled them tight. Bayonet ready. Queen at his seeks. Shots sinking. Push! He roared. Claws fell. Deeper threat cracked. Empire watched. Human proved, but a shadow transmission pierced. Bioweapon deployed. Core worlds. Silas' tail flicked fury. Your checklist, Sergeant. Kane advanced. Adapts. Firefight eternal. Rescue to reckoning. Loyalty burned true.